The new Apex season actually had some insane changes. Hey, what is up? Cole here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Apex Legends Showdown patch notes that came out with the new season update that we just had on August 5th. Good lord. In my last video, I talked about some of the leaks regarding some of these things, and a lot of them ended up being true, but my god, there was a lot more than we ever could have imagined, I think. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. A big thing I wanted to talk about is the new game mode called Wildcard that dropped into Apex. Now, there were a lot of people talking about how this was supposed to be a permanent game mode. However, if you open Apex and look at it, it says it's only going to last for the next 2 weeks. Perhaps they'll just change the map or something. Who knows? Now, Wildcard is only on Kings Canyon at the moment, and basically there are zip rails everywhere, zip lines everywhere. You can get everywhere super quickly. There's legend stacking, so you can play literally anybody you want. You can have triple fuse, triple octane, triple revenant. It definitely makes for some insane stuff. There's pre-kitted weapons. You earn what's called Evo orbs to level up your armors. Oh, and you also respawn as long as one of your teammates is still up. And there's also self-revive kits in the game. You automatically get a self-revive kit at drop. There's auto looting. There's a reduced loot pool. So no backpacks, knockdown shields, accelerants, helmets, or hop-ups, stuff like that. Your health auto regens, and your inventory is going to look a little bit differently. It's much more simplified. It was kind of designed to be a much quicker paced game mode, with matches only lasting around 15 minutes max. Now, something that is interesting is that the devs released with a blog about this game mode that the Wildcard game mode has a designated team of developers that, fix bugs, update it, experiment with things, and so on and so forth. So that's really, really interesting to hear, especially given that Apex usually has a decent amount of issues that happen like off drop. I personally played some of the new game mode. It was fun. I only played literally like 1 or 2 games because I was more excited to jump into ranked, but it was pretty fun, and it is definitely fast paced if that's more your speed. I think they kind of forgot to turn off 4K badges and 20 bomb badges, so if you don't have one of those, now's your chance. I'm the kind of person, I don't have those, but I would much rather earn it like organically kind of thing. If it happens, it happens, I don't really play the game like that to where I care enough to actively go for it. But yeah, that's going to be your Wildcard game mode. Let me know what you guys think about it. Are you having fun with it so far? I think it's definitely a pretty good addition to the game, to be honest. Now, it is interesting because, like I said, the game still has issues on their own. So the game has some controller class updates, of course, along with Caustic being heavily buffed. So with the controller class, there is the zone overcharge, which now will continuously regenerate shields while you're in the zone. Now, taking damage, of course, will stop this for 6 seconds. And there's also added things with ring consoles where players can spawn a taller custom evac tower from ring consoles that they scan. That's a pretty good change for controller class, I think, in my opinion. Now let's go over the Caustic buff really quickly. It's kind of insane. I'm not going to read through everything like I do with every video. I will attach the patch notes down in the description, but good lord Jesus God. The caustic gas damage was increased to between 10 and 15. It was between 4 and 10. It now causes an aim punch when you're getting damaged by the gas. Caustic's health bar won't show while he's inside his own gas, and he has increased visibility both outside and inside his own gas. It grounds enemies, which basically slows them once and drains them of their movement cooldowns. Jesus Christ. But the gas is now reactive, and we'll get into this a little bit more with Bangalore as well, where grenades, thermites, arc stars, and some other key abilities can disable it for about 5 seconds. That's very important to remember when you're playing against this dude. Honestly, just the upgrades to his gas alone, definitely a big buff. Like I said, I'll keep everything down in the description for y'all if you want to read through the rest of the changes. Let's go on to Bangalore. Her passive was increased by 5%, and let me just tell you, if you play Bangalore at all right now in this game, you can feel it. I literally was zooming around. I could not keep up with myself. It was kind of insane. It genuinely felt like an octane stem. I just turned into Sonic. I was super gliding across a counter and I'm across the map. Anyways, Her smoke can break and travel through doors, and that smoke is also, once again, reactive, so you can use any of the grenades in the game and some key abilities to disable it for 5 seconds, which is going to be very helpful when you're playing against Bangalore. I'm sure you're already thinking of a few key legends like maybe Fuse. There's been a decent amount of people playing Seer, a couple other legends that can help disable these effects. Now, one of her level 2 upgrades is going to be Electric Smoke, which electrifies her tactical, which deals 100 damage to enemy ults and destroys tacticals. Now, let me tell you, this is kind of overpowered. I'm going to be so real. Let's just say if you're playing ranked and you're not running a Bangalore on your squad, it's literally like a cheat code at this point. You can almost basically destroy any legend in the game's ultimates, like Horizon and Sparrow and some others in that way. It's kind of insane, to be honest. Yeah, those are the two biggest legend changes we had. Most of the other legends pretty much stayed the same. Now, I talked about amps in my last video, and to be honest, I haven't been able to play with any of them. I literally haven't seen them much in game, or honestly stayed alive long enough to pick them up, but that's my own problem. But if you want more information on those, you can refer to my last video where I did talk about them pretty in depth. And once again, I will attach the patch notes down below in the description. One thing that is pretty cool that they added was locked hop-ups. So there are no longer hop-ups in the floor loot. They're pre-equipped with weapons as you pick them up, and they're inactive once you pick them up. They can't be removed or transferred at all. Now, you can unlock these hop-ups by dealing damage with the weapon that you're trying to unlock the hop-up on, or also upgrade it at an arsenal. They also added hop-up boosters, which will allow you to unlock those hop-ups as well. This is a pretty interesting change. It kind of goes into the previous dev talk where they talked about kind of trying to balance the weapons a little bit more. Honestly, any gun you pick up in the game, apart from the burst RE45, that's actually insane right now. They're all somewhat pretty balanced in my opinion. Now, let me back up. That burst RE45 is actually insane. I think everybody and their mother is running that gun. It does a lot pretty quickly. That is all I will say. Now, the PK did return to the floor. Honestly, it feels really good to me. Anytime I used to pick it up in the package, it would feel kind of weird, and I didn't like how it felt. But now that it's back on the floor, it feels really good, in my opinion. And it's kind of weird how that works. You also have the Akimbo P2020s that entered the care package. They buffed those for the package. Definitely pick them up if you see them. That's just my opinion, though. Apex also added what is referred to as accolades. And yeah, there was a bug with those already.
Oh, it says ding, 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 ding!
It was kind of funny, though, to be honest, but they did already have to turn them off pretty quickly. We also have auras in the game, which show you rank at the legend select and throughout the game if you choose. They're pretty cool. It's a nice new addition. And with the ranked changes, I talked about these in my last video once again, but with the preemptively picked drop zones, the drop in is high enough to where you can easily cross over into another POI, which has been a big thing that a lot of people have been complaining about. So essentially, your chosen POI that you're landing on, you don't have to drop there, which is kind of insane. Maybe they'll change this, we'll have to see. But yeah, there was a lot of changes, honestly, and most of them, in my opinion, are positive. I guess as we play the game more, we'll figure more things out, you know. But yeah, in my opinion, I've been having a decent amount of fun with the game, trying to get back into that ranked grind. As we know, it got reset. I ended Diamond 4 last season after just like playing towards the end, and I was having a lot of fun playing. So my goal is to definitely try to grind up to Masters, of course, along with everybody else. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this new season. Are we having fun? What do we think about these changes? What are your favorite counters to the Caustic Bang meta we're in at the moment? Are there any legend preferences we have? What do we think about Wildcard, how we feel about the amps? There's a lot of changes in this update. But yeah, I want to know your guys' thoughts, feelings, and concerns about everything that I talked about and more. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget to tell somebody you love them.